providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Good morning. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing. We're glad you're here. I'm Tina McIntosh in studio with my co-host,
Terry Stacy.
producer.
Hi.
Noah Taylor. Hi.
That's it. It's the three of us. We want you to know Caregiver Crossing is a show brought to you by Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We are right here with you every weekend, right here in the Joy's House studio to talk about all things caregiving.
Hey, we're getting close to Halloweeny. You little Halloweeners.
Halloweeny.
Are you Halloweeny? Are you ready to go?
I am such a Halloweeny with extra mustard.
September really starts the Halloweeny season.
Yes.
And we have
September
so
1st.
many cool things up in our neighborhood.
I do not.
Do you have any of the
Halloween.
10-foot skeletons?
I've got pictures of them. You want to see? I've been taking pictures. We've got skeletons that are waving with wigs on, with sunglasses. Skeletons are having a moment. Skeletons are back and
They are back.
bigger and better than ever before.
I love skeletons.
Quite literally.
Do you?
But like realistic skeletons, not the 10 feet tall ones.
Oh, not the ones that have the burning fire in their chests.
No, I do not like
we
those.
have those in our neighborhood.
Those are scary.
We have witches with eyes that spin.
Are you going to dress up?
I'm too old.
Oh.
If you were going to dress up, what would you be?
An old woman.
I like that. I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
Noah?
I'll be an old lady. Why not?
Do you know what I would be?
Taylor Swift.
A pinata.
Oh,
I saw it on TikTok.
Tell me more about this.
This woman was dressed up, just like had stuff
a
around her like a
pinata.
pinata. And then somebody would say, "What are you?" And she'd go, "Pinata!" And she'd throw candy at them.
I thought people were going to
that's
start hitting you with a
good.
bat.
Well,
Me
actually,
too.
I think a guy followed her around with like a blown up bat
That's
and would
funny.
hit her.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's
I would be a
funny.
pinata.
That is funny.
Okay, so let's talk about being an old lady because our topic right now is ageism.
What a
Ageism.
segue. What a perfect segue.
How
there.
about that? So I'm going to give you some common statements. You tell me true or false. Ready?
All right.
Older adults cannot learn new technology.
So false. So false. I even see the grandmas and grandpas on TikTok playing video games. I there's a specific grandma who plays Skyrim on TikTok. I think it's so cool. They can absolutely learn a lot of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to hear something funny? As I was playing Fortnite in my son's room yesterday, and his friends were on a Discord call, and I joined it.
Oh my gosh.
I thought they were going to die. Think of a party line is what a Discord is. Think of a party line
Well, a
from our generation.
Discord-
It's called Discord. It's on the computer, but it's a party line. Like you and I had
Okay.
phone party lines.
Right.
Yeah, I thought they were going to die because they talked to me like I was my 20-year-old son
That's
when I
so
joined,
funny.
and then I was like, Michael, watch your mouth.
Yeah,
and he
but
was like,
they said something heinous,
Is
probably.
this Webster's mom?
It's
Oh, they
so
did.
funny.
It was wonderful. All right,
great.
here's another one. Memory loss is just normal aging.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I do think
Because I do think when you do come to a point in your life when things don't come as easily to you. Your brain is just older.
Yeah. I think a little bit, yes, but I don't think we should attribute all memory loss
Me
to it
either.
because then people can't get diagnosed correctly if we just attribute those things to old
It's
age.
a very good point.
Well, we cannot say just because you get older that you have something wrong with
Right.
you.
That's right.
Right? Diagnosable. So agreed. All right. You have to talk really loud
Oh, man.
or really slow to be understood.
Oh boy, that's so false and so wrong.
So annoying.
So annoying.
Stop doing that to me, kids.
You kids get off my lawn.
Stop
Stop doing that.
You don't, because guess what? It's going to happen to you, and you're not going to like it either. We
Do
all
people
are
do
getting
that to you?
older. Oh, they don't know that they're doing it, but they're doing it.
Well, here's another thing that I'd prefer that people not do as we get older. Don't call me honey. Don't call me baby. Don't call me sweetheart. Unless you've been calling me that for years, do not start just because I look older.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think it's patronizing.
It's not a term of endearment in that way.
No, it'll make me angry.
Yeah.
I'll show you, dear.
It's a term of angerment.
Yeah. Well, we're going through things at work now. I mean, not here, everywhere, where the younger generation is frustrated with the older generation, the boomers, that we won't get out of your way.
Okay, boomer.
There you go. They want you out. You want us out of the way. You want us to get out of our homes. You want us to get out of your way. And we still have a lot of life left in us. And I think there's a place for all of us. Companies, however, are really, I believe, not finding that balance, because we can all work together and benefit from each other.
Well, they better, because there are going to be in the next couple of years more adults over the age of 65
That's
in the United
right.
States than under the age of 18.
That's right.
So if you push out all of the older adults, you're only hurting yourself in the long run. So here are some things we do know. The WHO, so the World Health Organization, calls ageism one of the most widespread yet least challenged biases in the world.
Can't win. You cannot prove this. It's
No.
so hard to prove.
Well, it is, and it's it's happening everywhere. It's a bias that, or a discrimination, if you will, that's based on your age alone, and it really says that older adults are less capable, less adaptive, less valuable than younger adults, and it truly is everywhere. It's in greeting cards, and the problem I have is some of them are just really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And then you'll get people saying, yeah, but that's ageist and we shouldn't be training ourselves to talk like that. And so I see it from both sides too, but it can lead to, undertreatment of
Yeah.
a lot of things. The other thing is, my stepdad who helped raise me last summer was having some issues. And when he went to a particular hospital in Indiana, they just told him it was normal aging. Because
Oh,
he was
man.
having hallucinations. It's just normal
Wow.
aging.
It's not normal.
That's not normal. So I hear more and more older adults say, yeah, I went in for this and they told me it was just normal aging. Well, it's not. And so we have to advocate for ourselves. And, if you're listening and you are a caregiver, we need to advocate for our loved ones too. So it is everywhere. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've all, not Noah, he's 26, but we've
Yeah.
experienced it.
I have experienced it. I've experienced it. You've experienced it. And you know what? It's the one group of people, the older generation, that you can make fun of and there's no repercussion for it. Any other type of something that hurts somebody's feelings or is really wrong, what you're saying can actually be.
It's an interesting
Yeah,
point.
that is true. I
But we
don't-
can say all kinds of things about an older generation, and it's just funny. It's this, it's that, it's the other. And I've done it too when I was younger.
Well, here,
There's one group that it's okay.
Yeah, you can make fun of.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like you said, in greeting cards and all. I mean, it's fine. It's acceptable.
Aging is funny. Ha
Aging
ha.
is funny. Ha ha. Well, you're all aging. We're all aging. You're a
Okay.
day older. You're actually 2 minutes older than
Okay.
just 2 minutes
Oh,
ago.
Terry's angry.
Guess what?
Okay, so
You're
here's
now
what I want.
5 minutes older than you were 5 minutes ago.
We're all a little bit older today.
All right, here's what I do want you to do, and then I know we have to take a break, but I want
Yeah.
you to use direct, respectful communication. Look somebody in the eyes. You call them by the right name, use a normal tone, encourage intergenerational projects like storytelling, art, mentoring, kind of correct the jokes and the language that we use, and just really highlight people's strengths. So, and ask people about their preferences before you make decisions for them. Just because you're older doesn't mean you can't make a decision.
Yeah, don't assume. You know what they say.
Oh, I do. It makes you and me. All right, we have to take a break. You can always email me at tina@joyshouse.org. And Noah is telling me we have to go, so we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 4 decades of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I am your co-host, Tina McIntosh. The other one,
Hello, it's Terry Stacy from Hancock County.
she's so weird and I love it. We've got our producer, Noah Taylor, in studio. And listen, I need you all to pay attention because we have someone in studio with us who everybody would love to have her on their show. I'm going to tell you about her first. She has spent her career shaping how families and professionals understand Alzheimer's and brain health in general. She has reached people around the world. She helps them find guidance and support when it matters most. And beyond her expertise, she is the kind of person that you will want to call your friend. She is my friend. She leads with compassion and reminds us that progress in the field working with dementia is about people first. But she, you guys, is like a superhero. So it's Phyllis
I'm a little
Ferrell.
starstruck
It's
today.
Phyllis Ferrell. No, you don't even
Wow.
know. Like you, I mean, she is really a big, big deal. So Phyllis, thank you so much for being here.
Tina, you are so silly because I could not possibly be more honored to be here with you and all your listeners. Joy's house is one of my favorite places on the planet. So
How
I'm
come?
thrilled to be here.
And
How
she's been
come?
around
How
the
come?
planet a
Because
lot.
I've traveled all over the world and I've looked at how people that are living with all sorts of disabilities, but especially cognitive disabilities, are treated, how they're cared for, the struggles that families deal with. And I'm here to tell you, I've been here at Joy's house during daytime hours. And what happens here is truly magical. If I had had a place like this near my daddy, which we didn't have one close by, it would have changed our family's experience. So I'm just really honored to be here with you and very honored to call you friend.
Thank you. It makes me want to cry, and it reminds me how special we really are. And we have to always remember that
Yep,
because
you do.
it's easy to get wrapped in budgets and, strategic plans and all the things. And like we really have struck some kind of gold here. So yeah, when Phyllis says she's traveled around the world, she's not kidding. There's sometimes I'll text and she'll be like, I'm in, Tokyo. And I'm like, who isn't in
Are you
Tokyo?
in Tokyo just for fun? Are you traveling around the country and the world for fun, or is this for your job?
So it's the same for me. I'm traveling for work, but my work is really, really fun. And I love to travel anyway. And so the fact that I get to do it as part of my work, it's really enjoyment, but it's business travel.
So let's talk about the business part of things really quick. You are, when we have a title in here, it's Global Health and Alzheimer's Expert. But when you tell people, if you were sitting in a room with first graders, how would you tell them what you do professionally?
Well, it's funny because I took early retirement from Lilly 2 years ago. And my kids, when they were that age, used to tell people that mom traveled around to talk to people and sell drugs.
Oh, that was
Which
good.
actually was not wrong, but that's not exactly
It's so funny.
exactly translates. well.
Context is everything.
Yes. So I am an independent consultant right now. So after I retired from Lilly, I realized that there was a lot of change that needed to happen in the world and that our health systems were really not ready for a global aging population. And what I realized was, having done the work that I had done for a decade previous to that, I was in a unique position to help match people together that really wanted to make change. So I spend most of my time, this, by the way, is not the first great example, is working with high net worth individuals and organizations who want to make a difference in Alzheimer's disease and helping them figure out how to use their funds and resources the best way to make a change. And, that could be everything from diagnostics and to system change, to caregiver support, to, discovering new therapies and everything in between. So I just really have a lot of variety in my day. And I talk a lot about cognitive impairment and why it's not normal and it's not what everyone who ages has to deal with. And that's a really important message to get out.
I'm curious to know, since you do travel around the world, how do we compare here when it comes to diagnosing or the numbers that have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's compared to other countries?
So it's really interesting. I was actually on a panel with a gentleman who leads Aga Khan University in Africa. And as we were talking about all the challenges, we had high resource countries and low middle income countries on the panel. He looked over and he said, Phyllis, he said, when it comes to Alzheimer's disease, we're all developing nations.
Oh, wow.
And he's not wrong. I mean, honestly, we've done several projects in low middle income countries and in the U.S., and the U.S. isn't necessarily better. In some cases, actually, some of those middle income countries where they use community health workers, where they have civil servants that are providing care, they don't have the fee-for-service Medicare incentive structure that we have, they actually are a lot better at understanding the value of early detection. Now, the good news is things are getting better, and they're getting better fast. But they're really going to only get better fast if we all advocate for ourselves
and learn
for our
from each
families.
other.
Absolutely.
Truly learn from other countries, how they're doing it. What are they doing that's a little bit better than what we're doing?
I think that's brilliant, though. We are all developing countries when it comes to Alzheimer's and risk management and how we do early detection and all of the things. That's pretty incredible. Is there any in all of those travels, and I know you do a lot of speaking engagements and panels and things like that too. In all of those travels, is there anything that you have seen in another country or even in the States that you're like, that we all need to be doing more of that?
I guess what I would love to do is to pick a little bit from all the different countries, right? So when you go to Asia, specifically, you mentioned Tokyo, Japan, the respect for elders there
Yes.
is so
Mhm.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
And this idea of this is a life worth living, worth keeping. And when you think about the way we measure things like quality adjusted life years here in the United States, which is a very fancy term for how do we value people as they age, we value them less as they age in the United
Absolutely.
States. But
Absolutely.
in Japan, they value them more. It's just this incredible thing. So I would love to grab hold of something like that.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
I don't know how we do that. I don't know how we do that.
well, we pro-aging. Like,
Yes.
let's be pro-aging.
We
Not
just-
anti-aging, pro-aging.
Right. We just literally talked about ageism before you came in studio. And it is a big soapbox of mine too. Like, how are we aging well? Not even around the world and around, the United States. How are we aging well in Indiana? How are we set up to age well here? And
I think our perception of aging well, though, has become physically. I mean, how we look. That's big business. Big business is Botox and everything to keep us young. We're on that path of how can we stay young? How can we stay young? And we don't want to get old by any means, but we all are aging.
but I think a lot of that, sorry, this is going to be a
Oh,
tangent.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm
a
so
lot
sorry.
of that is we are afraid of death and dying.
True.
And if we can get more
True.
comfortable with the conversations about death and dying and the
Yeah.
curiosity and the naturalism, I think we just talked about that. Was that last weekend we talked about that with Jane Goodall? Is
Well,
that
the
right?
other thing
It
that's
was.
shifting, though, is you're right. Anti-aging is cosmetic, right?
Yeah.
But pro-aging is longevity. And so
Right.
what we want to talk about is how do we make sure that our brain span is as long as our lifespan? And the longevity field is just booming. And what's interesting, it's about cellular health, like it's the biology of aging, which, by the way, happens to help your skin as well as helping your kidneys, and so I think that's exciting. What makes me a little bit nervous is right now it's only really available for wealthy people. And that's what we have to change. We have to make sure that everyone can live longer, happier, healthier lives, not just people who have money.
Yeah, because the
Wow.
reality is right now we can lengthen someone's life, their body, but a lot of times we have people saying that they wish they could have checked out 15 years ago because the quality of life, the purpose, the quality, the community, the purpose has diminished. Yeah, you guys, Phyllis Ferrell will change the world. She's going to stick around.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
I know. I know. There's so much more too. We're just like scratching the surface with her. We do have a big surprise when we come back. And so we'll tell you about that in a minute. But we do have Phyllis Ferrell in studio with us, global health and Alzheimer's expert. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With locations in Broad Ripple and near the University of Indianapolis campus, Joyce House provides exceptional day services for individuals living with a life-altering diagnosis and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their best life, regardless of their abilities. Learn more about our adult day and caregiver support services by visiting joycehouse.org today. That web address again is joycehouse.org. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. Tina McIntosh, Terry Stacy, Noah Taylor, but more importantly, Phyllis Ferrell.
Yay!
Global health and Alzheimer's expert, friend of all of ours. And if you know her, you love her. And if you don't, you should know her. So here are some things we were talking about during break that we're going to jump right in here and do this. Lifestyle change. There's a pointer study that's out there. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is so exciting. Long time ago, well, it's probably been about 8 or 9 years, the Karolinska in Sweden launched the Finger study, which is the Finnish geriatric research study. And they found that there were changes that we could make in our daily life that would improve and protect our brain health. But Finland, it's very homogeneous. Is that going to work everywhere else? So they created this network called Worldwide Fingers. And in the US, we named our study Pointer because, of course, finger had a different connotation. So we named it US Pointer. It just rolled out in July of this year. And we now have concrete evidence, including supported by the Lancet Commission, that we can actually prevent 40% or more of dementias with changes in lifestyle.
Hold on, think about that. Prevent 40% or more.
Of dementias with lifestyle change.
Okay, so
and in addition to that, it's not just for people who don't have cognitive impairment yet. We have seen stabilization of mild cognitive impairment. So this
Regardless of age?
Regardless of age. And now I'm going to separate out the word Alzheimer's disease from dementia because those are two different things, right? Dementia is the syndrome that can be caused by a lot of things. Alzheimer's is one of the things that can cause it, right? So two different things. However, I'm sure you want to know what these lifestyle changes are, right?
I really do.
Yeah. So it's really exciting. So first, Mediterranean diet, right? So think lots of fish, plant-based, grains. As I tell people, shop the outside of the grocery store, around the outside. Don't go up and down the aisles, right? I mean,
Your fruits, your vegetables, your dairy.
vegetables, plants. Try to stay away from the red meats if you can. Lots of fish, right? So Mediterranean diet. The second is exercise, regular exercise every day. And you don't have to do HIIT training or lifting weights, although menopausal women, we should be lifting weights. But, a good 30-minute walk every day. So
Yes.
diet, exercise. Quit smoking. Come on, people. Nobody should be smoking anymore. No smoking, no vaping, get rid of it. Alcohol, while they say in moderation, it really should be almost none because alcohol is a neurotoxin.
I think the younger generation's getting that now.
As long as they don't go
It's
vaping.
Sober October.
Yeah, absolutely. So get rid of that alcohol if you possibly can, but definitely get rid of the tobacco. The other one is manage your vascular system very tightly. So your blood pressure. Manage your blood pressure tightly. Keep those cardiovascular risk factors in check. Your brain needs good blood flow, right?
Yes.
But you're going to love the next ones because they're all about what Joy's House is all about, right? So cognitive engagement, stay engaged. That's reading, that could be volunteering, et cetera, but working, whatever you want to do. And then social engagement. One of the problems when someone gets a cognitive diagnosis like an Alzheimer's or dementia is their world gets very small.
Yep.
It's exactly the opposite of what should happen.
For sure.
Yeah, so diet, exercise, cognitive engagement, social engagement, get rid of tobacco, cardiovascular, alcohol, and then sleep.
I was like, where's sleep on this
Yeah.
list?
7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every day because it's the only time that the microglia, so think of these as like little Pac-Men in your brain, go in and clean out all the junk that's built up all day.
Little Pac-Man in your brain.
Yeah,
Are
I
we
want you to
taking-
think of that.
Are we taking too many sleeping supplements?
Yeah, so
Because
ideally,
that's not helping when it comes to true
if you
sleep.
can get off Ambien, get off Ambien. If you can get off Ativan, nobody really over the age of 65 should be taking Tylenol PM because of Benadryl and
But the reality is if you're doing all these other things, your sleep's going to be better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's good sleep hygiene. Now, here's the two that weren't in the study, but I always add in because I think they're really important. They just weren't in study. One is mindfulness. So managing your stress. How are you going to do that? Maybe you just need to stand outside and put your feet in the grass. Maybe you do meditation. Maybe you do yoga, but something that allows you to bring your stress down. And then my very favorite, purpose. Have a purpose.
Phyllis, you and I haven't talked about this. I always say when we lose purpose, we're done.
But what's really exciting is these are all very manageable changes.
regardless of when you start.
Regardless of when you start. Absolutely. Now, look,
Regardless of your income.
the earlier you
exactly,
start,
but-
the better.
Right.
Okay.
But if you're
the
65,
earlier you start,
you
the
can
better.
still start this new lifestyle.
We're showing mild cognitive impairment can be stabilized, and in some cases it can be reversed. Because remember, a
Wow,
lot of
that's
sources.
a big deal when you say reversed.
Absolutely, a lot of sources of cognitive impairment are not Alzheimer's disease. They could be drug side effects, right? Get off the Ativans and things like that, right? They could be diabetes. They could be lack of sleep. They could be, sleep apnea. Like all of these other things. Geriatric depression looks a lot like cognitive impairment. And so, if we can get those things done, guess what? It's also going to help your cardiovascular disease and your
Yes.
diabetes,
Yep.
but it's going to help your brain health, and it's going to help you basically be more resilient, right? If these diseases come for you. So
Brilliant.
I just think it's so exciting.
It is exciting.
because
It's
nobody
great.
can tell us anymore that there's nothing you can do.
No,
I don't want to hear one more person say, I'm just going to get Alzheimer's because it's normal aging. There's nothing I can do. That is absolutely not the case anymore.
We literally just talked about this before you came out about these are not normal aging things.
Not normal aging.
But I do
So-
wonder if this is what has caused the Alzheimer's.
Well,
I mean, the living this way. Living this way
Well,
is
so
maybe what
the-
has led us to
the number one
our
cause,
dementias.
the number one cause of Alzheimer's is aging. By the way, I happen to be pro-aging. So
Yes.
I don't think we should
Yes.
age less,
Right.
to avoid Alzheimer's
Right.
disease. But I think what's interesting is actually the incidence is going down as we get healthier. But it's one of the reasons why we see the increase in Alzheimer's and dementia in low and middle income countries, because we exported McDonald's and other, sorry if there's any McDonald's owners on
listen,
the
it's
phone.
okay.
But, we exported diabetes and other non-communicable disease. And so people are living longer. We need to live healthier, and it's going to protect our brains.
Excellent. Phyllis
Yes.
Ferrell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Phyllis Ferrell. Okay. And that is incredible. We have something that we are very proud to be sharing, and that is, let me get my papers correct.
Okay.
Phyllis has been named the Honorary Chair for the Joyous House 25th Anniversary Gala on November 1st.
That was a good pick.
Right?
I think so.
Phyllis, do you know that we're sold out?
That is the best news ever, except that
know.
means I can't go
You
start
can't, no.
sell more tickets.
We'll talk. We'll figure it out.
Okay, good.
But I will say, for those of you who do want to come, just email me, tina@joycehouse.org. We've always got people who have to drop out, and we want to bring people in who want to learn and support what we do. And Phyllis, just in 1 minute or less, why? You have a lot of people tugging at you for your attention and your name and your perspective and your involvement. Why Joy's House?
I've been here. I've been here at Joy's house during the day. I've seen what happens. It's a magical place, and we had nothing like this when my father was sick, and I would have done anything to have had a Joy's house near us. And so if I can help make sure that this institution lives here and creates the kind of legacy, I'm honored to be able to be here and do it.
Well, we're grateful and we love you and we admire pretty much everything you do. So thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every single week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joycehouse.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing, everybody. Glad you're here. I'm Terry. Tina's next to me. We also have Noah here, who produces the show as well. Jahri Keating. Jahri Keating is a performer from out in California. He's a musician, educator, known for his sensory-friendly live shows. Listen to this, Tina. Can we play a little bit of the Ha 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 Jalapeno song? He's
Oh, a hot jalapeno.
He's dressed like a jalapeno pepper. And he's performing, and his audience primarily is kids. It's pretty cool. He centers his work on neurodivergent kids, families, especially those with autism or sensory sensitivities. And he uses repetition, like the ha 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 jalapeno, the rhythm, the calm visuals to make performances accessible, engaging, and safe. And this is a fantastic. Noah found this guy. Did you
Where'd
know
you
him,
find
Tina?
him?
Where I find everything. It's on all on
TikTok.
TikTok.
It's on the
yes.
TikTok. Oh boy! So you find this guy, and what stopped you in your tracks? Because there's a lot of stuff you're being fed every minute.
What really stopped me was his outfit and the energy in the videos. It just looks like all the children and the families are having so much fun at his performances. And really what stopped me was kind of I love to read the comment sections too.
I do too.
Because I get to see like a lot of the real experiences from caregivers, and a lot of them aren't in Indiana as well. And one of the comments that really stuck out to me is one of the parents said, my child had somebody performing for them finally, and not just around them. Somebody performing specifically for my child.
Because their child is neurodivergent.
Yeah, for performing for my loved one. And I thought that was really beautiful. And I think Jahri is doing a really wonderful thing for
So Terry
the
just
children.
showed me one of the clips, and I mean, it looks like, normally if you go to a kids event, it's so overwhelming, the lights and the noise, and, it's crowded. And his seem like he's doing more kind of ma and pa places where the kids have space to move
Yeah.
around, get away if they need to. The music is up, but the lights maybe are up as well. Like it's not as flashy. I mean, it's just a gigantic jalapeno on a mic, really, is
It
what it
is.
comes
It's
down
It's
to.
just so much fun. Yeah.
I love it. Jahri, what's his name again?
Jahri Keating is his name, and millions of people have watched these TikTok videos of his this colorful interactive videos that he does. And as Noah said, the comments our sections are just full of caregivers that are telling you, thank you to Jahri for what you're doing.
Okay, I just looked him up. And do you know that he will perform at a college free of charge as long as they're less than 3 hours away from him in Sacramento?
Wow.
Just
That's
no
truly
price
incredible.
included. You just he'll come out and he'll
Yeah, I mean, that's what it says. I
That's
don't know if
he's
that
got a
still stands true,
heart.
but perform at a college
What a
free
great
as long as
guy.
not 3 hours, more than 3
Jahri
hours
just
away.
seems like a wonderful person too. It doesn't sound like he's doing this for the proceeds. He just really wants kids to have something for them.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Love
very
that. Yeah.
interactive. As you watch some of the videos, he sings and the kid sings, and then he takes some mic around and puts it in front of the kids' faces if they want to talk or yell a line or something. But it just really is, and I often wonder when we hear about this gentleman from California, if we here in Indiana, in our central Indiana in particular, if we have these kind of opportunities. And I'm here to tell you, we really do. Now you've got to find them, but there are opportunities every week with really great performances or moments or times, open spots at events where they are thinking of you that have kids that they need to have a little bit of a different space and different experience. And I think we're getting better at it. By all means, I don't think we're at the top of the heap,
Right.
but I think there's such an awareness that we're living with among a great number of kids diagnosed with autisms and
Oh,
ADHD,
For sure.
and so they need a different
Yeah.
space experience.
Do you know who does that similar-ish is Bongo Boys here in town?
Yes,
Lisa and her
yeah.
team there are fantastic, and they
What
will
is that?
bring Bongo Boys. It is. They will teach classes and stuff too, but they will have drum circles and they will bring them out. I've been to a number of them. They used to have free drum circles on Thursdays. I don't know if they still do that, but it was where I watched my son for the first time saw how music affected him as a little kid. So, when you talk about Jahri, that's what it puts me in the mindset of. I watched Webster when he was little get on the drums in a drum circle, and I cried.
Because that was home. That was a home for him.
Yeah, it was like something in his spirit just came out in that moment, and it was really, really beautiful. And I've been there where there are such a mix of people. They might have group homes that have come in, and they're in the drum circle, and you might have a businesswoman just got off work and she showed up. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's about the people. It's the music, but it's also the people too, right?
Yes.
It's the people who allow you to feel that comfort and that ease to be able to be yourself in that moment.
Yeah. Terry, you're very involved in the city. You should get somebody to do something like that on the circle.
Well, now we would, except the circle has been under demolition for about 5 years now.
Okay, maybe not right
Unfortunately.
now, but maybe
they're
in
still
the
doing some things.
future.
It's almost there. We're almost ready for that really to be okay for everybody. But there are many things, you're right, that go on the circle. There's a drum something right across the street on Illinois from us, like a drum place.
Oh, I
And they
didn't
do
know
some
that.
pretty cool things. Now that I'm thinking about it, with coming to learn and all kinds of stuff, I will get them. That would be really cool on the circle.
Yeah.
But again, Children's Museum doing special things as we approach the holidays. There are many sensory-friendly events happening holiday-wise.
I just want to say that Jahri's story here. I think we share a lot of people on TikTok, but I think the stories that we share from caregivers and people like Jahri doing wonderful things in this community just prove that social media really can lead to some meaningful interaction.
And we make things harder than they need to be.
So true.
Jahri put on a jalapeno costume.
Made of probably just like felt,
Yes.
cut it out.
A felt
felt-
jalapeno
Right.
costume.
Little green hat for the stem.
Called it Jahri's World, Jahri, Jahri's World. And has gone out and done the thing.
Yeah.
Why do we make things harder than they need to be?
I don't know, but if there's a Jahri here locally,
Noah?
we'd love
We'll
to
do
talk
it.
to you.
Just give me a banana costume
And here, and
and
don't
a microphone.
forget, here at Joy's House, you all love having volunteers come and perform for the adult daycare
Yeah.
guests
yeah.
that you have. So
Yes.
you're always open to that, I know. To
Now,
come
if
and
you
perform
call
for a
us and you
minute.
say, hey, we're dressed up as a jalapeno and a banana and we want to come in with a mic, we probably have some more questions. We might do our background checks appropriately, as we always do. But yeah, we certainly, if you are ever interested, you can email me, tina@joyshouse.org. Or if you want to learn more about services, learn more about our caregiver programs, we are absolutely here for you. Now, before we go, Noah, you've got somebody else that we need to thank, right?
Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Until next time, take good care of each other.